Boys, I have officially run out of content, okay? So today I'm doing a tier list and I'm doing international fight weeks in the past couple years because I feel like it's coming up soon and it's a topical thing to talk about. I mean, we're talking about, Volkanovski versus Rodriguez, a UFC Mexico type vibe to international fight week this year. And yeah, bro, I'm going to be looking back on some previous international fight weeks, giving you my thoughts and ranking them S all the way through to D. And I'm gonna start off with UFC 213. I think it was like 2017. This shit is mid as fuck, bro. I'm gonna put this in C tier. I think it was Robert Whitaker versus Yoel Romero. I remember Alistair Overeem on the card as well. I don't remember much else, to be honest. Big 2017 vibes, bro. Like, not the best UFC year ever. Like, let's be honest. It's kind of that post McGregor era when it was like, oh, the UFC's still on. Like, McGregor's doing this, but we still gotta watch UFC. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's just the casual in me talking, dude. I don't remember one fucking thing from this card except that awesome Whitaker versus Romero fight, which is why I'm not putting it in D tier. But otherwise, dude, like they tried to headline this shit with Nunes versus Shevchenko, and they thought we wouldn't fucking notice, bro. Like, come on, bro. Anyways, dude, enough on that shit. Let me talk about some international fight nights I actually like remember watching and that I actually care about. And my shit just froze. That's a W. UFC 276, bro. Okay, Adesanya versus Cannonier. We had Sean Strickland get knocked the fuck out by Alex Pereira, and he's like, "Tell me what not to do, Izzy. Tell me what not to do." This fucking guy, dude. Tell me what not to fucking do, Izzy. Take a fucking nap in the middle of the fucking octagon, dude. And we had the classic line, frozen like Elsa. It was a pretty fun fight week, but I gotta be honest, the card was actually not that good. And that's part of what I'm talking about in this video, dude, because some of the build up for these cards versus the actual fights that we got and the actual event that we got is part of the reason of how I remember them. So maybe I remember it fondly, or maybe I don't. If the build up was good, but then the fights were trash, that's gonna make me dislike an event. So UFC 276 was definitely overhyped. It was like UFC 280, right? Like, we hyped it up, all these great fights on it, and then Pedro Munoz, Sean O'Malley ends in a no contest. Strickland gets knocked out in the first round. That was pretty exciting. Adesanya versus Cannonier, boring as fuck. Volk versus Max Holloway, not competitive whatsoever. Still a good performance, but not the best card, to be honest. So I'm gonna put this at like bottom C tier because the hype was too much. The actual fight was not that good, bro. And I might do a video like this for the November MSG cards. Let me know if you want to see that down below, bro. But yeah, I've got some strong opinions on those cards as well, and these ones, alright? The next one, we're going 2021. We're going McGregor versus Poirier 3. Another quite hyped up card that didn't really live up to the expectations, bro. Like, the only thing I remember that was good on that card was Moutinho versus O'Malley and Taito Ivasa knocking out Augusto Sakai. But then the main event ends with a fucking leg break. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? It wasn't the best card ever, to be honest. I would say it was probably more hyped than 276, but probably a little less disappointing. So I'm gonna put it in the middle of C tier. So it's pretty mid, bro. A pretty mid, like, international fight week. I think if McGregor versus Poirier had a proper ending, I think this would be a B tier. Because you can forgive a lot of these international fight weeks if the main event is awesome, and usually they're hyped up, and usually they're not that good. That's why the UFC 213 is in C tier, bro. Because the rest of the event, I don't remember it at all. I wasn't hyped for it, but the main event was fucking awesome, dude. So it's not D tier. So moving on. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave the best and the worst till the end. So I'm gonna go to 2018. Pretty good year, pretty fucking good year in 2018. Not gonna lie, UFC was kind of in its bag in 2018. We had McGregor versus Khabib. We had fucking McGregor versus Khabib. Okay, but bro, 2018 was actually kind of fire, bro. 2016 to like 2020 UFC was fucking fire, bro. But international fight week 2018, we had Stipe versus DC, the beginning of the trilogy. DC moving up to heavyweight to become a double champ. We had Ngannou versus Derek Lewis, which kind of ruined the card. But otherwise, the fights were really good, like Mike Perry versus Paul Felder. Awesome fucking fight, dude. I remember Anthony Pettis versus Michael Chiesa. That was a pretty good fight. The embeddeds for this card were fucking awesome as well, if you remember them. So I'm going to put UFC 226, personally for me, it's like right in between B and A tier. I'm going to put it high B tier. Okay, this was a pretty good fucking card, dude. This was a pretty good card. I think if Derek Lewis versus Ngannou was a knockout, this would be A tier. but I'm gonna put it in B tier just because I know that that fight really brought down the quality of this card, and it wasn't super hyped up. It wasn't a very like anticipated fight night. Like Stipe is not always hasn't always been like a big draw. He still isn't. You know what I mean? But um, the event that we got was fucking awesome, and that kind of saves this card. And if we had Holloway versus Ortega on it, like was originally planned, dude, this shit's A tier, borderline fucking S tier, bro. Because Max Holloway would have whooped Ortega, right? Moving on, UFC 235 2019, another goated fucking UFC year, dude. And bro, I know that the main event and the co-main event were boring as fuck. You know, Usman versus Woodley was very boring. Usman just beat the shit out of Woodley for 25 minutes and just ruined his career. And that was pretty depressing. That was pretty depressing, not gonna lie, bro, because I picked Woodley, dog. I picked Woodley by KO. And that was the end of that, you know. And Jones versus Smith, the illegal knee, but otherwise pretty good performance from Jones, but not necessarily his most exciting. Like he didn't finish Anthony Smith, which looks pretty bad for him, you know. But it was actually a pretty good performance from Jones, but not very exciting to be honest. The rest of the card though, bruh, the rest of this fucking card, dude. We had Zabit versus Jeremy Stevens. We had fucking Ben Askren's debut, all the hype with that versus Robbie Lawler. We had fucking Pedro Munoz versus Cody Garbrandt. That was fucking exciting, dude. What else was on that card, bro? Fuck. I know Robbie Lawler versus Ben Askren. There was some other good shit on that card, bro. Like I very fondly remember UFC 235. I got to be honest. I was super casual at this time, but I was like super into it, bro. Like Ben Askren, I was hyped for that. I fucking love Ben Askren, bro. Like all that shit on that card, I was hyped, bro. So and it didn't really let me down. It wasn't a boring card, you know. The co-main event was boring as fuck. You know, Anthony Smith, John Jones was a bit intriguing at the time. Not a bad performance from Jones, not the most exciting, but honestly, it ain't C tier. Like it's better than all these ones, bro. It's better than all these ones because it's not like the main event ended in like an injury or it was like boring as fuck. It's like high C tier, low B. I'm gonna put it low B tier, but it's like dead in the middle. It's like a C plus B minus. This event, you know, if I had to grade it properly, but not the worst international fight week because the worst fucking international fight week I've ever seen in my fucking life, bro. Because it was so hyped up, dude. All the embeddeds were like crazy, right? Crazy dramatic, very good. You probably know what it is. It's probably in your head right now what event I'm talking about, right? And then you got on the pay per view and it was fucking terrible, and the canvas looked like shit. And dude, UFC 200, D tier. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Nunes versus fucking Misha Tate as the main event of UFC 200, dude. I think it's because like what we could have got. We were promised fucking McGregor versus Diaz 2. We were promised fucking John Jones versus DC, Brock Lesnar, right? And the Misha Tate Amanda Nunes fight, which no one gives a fuck about, right? Um, Anderson Silva stepping in for DC, that was cool, but that fight was boring, bro. Um, People booing DC. You know, imagine if he had lost that as well. Then what would the UFC have done? And Brock Lesnar, that fight was terrible. Tate versus Nunes, absolute dog shit. Terrible fight. Absolute dog shit. Okay, terrible card. Okay, Sage Northcutt fighting some random fucking bum on the card. Okay, Cain Velasquez, the only good thing about this entire fucking card. Okay, terrible card. This card was fucking trash, bro, because we got, like I said, we got hyped up, bro. We got hyped the fuck up. We got baited. We got bamboozled. We got fucking hoodwinked. We got fucking, you know, whatever word you want, jebaited. You know what I'm saying? We got trolled, bro. We got fucking rug pulled, dude. And going in my A tier, I'm not gonna say it's S tier because I don't think we've had an S tier international fight week yet. But the closest we've fucking got in recent memory. Let me take you back to the year 2020, bro. When Usman was meant to fight Burns, Burns pulled out, he got COVID, and one man stepped in. Jorge fucking Masvidal, coming off his KO wins of Askren and Diaz, came in and was like, I'm gonna hurt this individual, dude. I'm gonna hurt this little dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break this dude's face. You know, I'm gonna break Usman's face. I'm literally gonna hurt this dude. Like, I'm gonna be the UFC welterweight champion, and I'm gonna hurt this dude. So, yeah, I'm gonna come in, get COVID, and get tested, and scream like a chicken on embedded. Bro, do you remember? This is like the most vague memory I have of this card. It was an awesome card, like Petr Yan versus Jose Aldo, awesome fight. Fucking Rose versus Andrade, actually a pretty good fight as well. Um, Volk versus Max 2, very exciting fight. The main event was actually pretty hyped just because we didn't know what was going to happen. But I just have this vague memory of Jorge Masvidal getting COVID tested on Fight Island and he like coughs like a chicken when they put the thing down. I just remember that, sorry. Otherwise, badass fucking card. Probably the best international fight we've had in modern UFC history, bro. Like the past 5 or 6 years, the best one we've had. UFC 251. 3 title fights. All of them were fucking awesome. There was no bullshit. Yeah, we had some good fights. It was an awesome fucking card, bro. I don't think we've had an S tier one. Maybe we will. Maybe we will have an S tier card. I don't think we will this year because if we had Jones versus Stipe, Volk versus Rodriguez, and like another women's fight and then a stacked card under, okay, that might be S tier. But I don't think we're getting Jones versus Stipe. I think we're lucky to be getting Volk versus Yair, bro. I feel like the rest of UFC 290 is going to be fucking trash, bro, because they always do that. But dude, let me know what you think down below. Am my rankings right or wrong? Do you want to see my MSG rankings? What do you think UFC 290 is going to look like? Give me your card down below, bro. And yeah, man, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe for more videos like this. I do card builder videos, prediction videos. I picked Bilal Muhammad over Gilbert Burns. I'm the fucking GOAT around here, alright? And yeah, bro, subscribe. Go follow me on the gram. I'll put it in the description down below. And yeah, make sure you drop a like. See you in the next video. Goodbye.